everyone, Sasuke419 here, bringing you another Pokemon video. Now, I know it's been a long time, but let's go ahead and get this battle started. I'm going against GforGames, and I'm a little rusty. But yeah, I would have done more of these, but you know, I've just been busy, work, and I'm getting ready to move and all the other good stuff. So, anyway, let's get on to the battle. He sends out his Haxorus, and I go for Gliscor. I go ahead and I set up for Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks will matter later on in the game, and he goes for Outrage. Now, at first I thought Outrage was going to end up destroying Gliscor, but Gliscor lives. I mean, I lose about 75% of health, but that's because my Gliscor is max HP, max attack with a little bit of defense. But I go for Ice Fang, and it does a lot of damage to Haxorus. He goes for another Outrage, and unfortunately Gliscor gets knocked out. So, but at the same time, Haxorus gets Confusion from Outrage. So I go ahead and go out for Bessie. Bessie is my ultimate champ. Now, I was going to go ahead and use Thunder Wave to make it slower, but unfortunately he predicts that, and he goes into Electivire. And since I use an electric-type move, Modal Drive kicks in, and Modal Drive will make Electivire even faster. So he goes ahead and he uses Thunder, which surprisingly hits with its low accuracy, and even with the Thunder, it doesn't do even half to my Miltank, because Miltank is just a champ. So I go ahead and I use Body Slam. Body Slam does more than half, plus I paralyze him, which is just amazing. And I get a little bit back with leftovers. My Miltank is max HP, max defense, with a little bit of special. So he goes ahead, he switches out, and he goes towards Hydreigon. I go ahead and I use Body Slam just to see how much damage it can do. But it does a little under half, but it's fine. And he goes ahead and uses Fly. Now, I've never really seen a Hydreigon with Fly before, so it kind of caught me off guard. But anyway, I go for Thunder Wave, and obviously since it's in the air, I miss. Gain a little bit back from leftovers. He uses Fly, which, you know, it hits, but it doesn't really do that much to him. So I go ahead and I use Thunder Wave, and Thunder Wave paralyzes him, which is good. So now my Miltank should be faster, and I'm steadily getting HP back from leftovers, which is good. But anyway, he switches out, and he goes back into his Haxorus. Stones does a little bit of damage. Mold Breaker, okay, I'm not concerned with that at all. I just go for a Body Slam, just see if I can knock it out, and it does. I get a critical hit. I'm not sure if that mattered or not, but hey, you know, that's one Haxorus out the way, so that's a good thing for me. He goes ahead and switches out into his Seismitoad, and I'm like, okay, I'm scouting out to see what Seismitoad move he's going to use. He goes for Drain Punch, and I'm like, okay, crap, it's a fighting move. Yes, it's a physical, but still super effective. And I'm still not even at half yet, so hey, that just shows the awesomeness of Miltank. So I go ahead and I get a little bit back from leftovers, which is fine. But I'm poisoned. Now I gotta do something about that poisoning, but I guess I'll think about it. Maybe I'll worry about it later. So I go ahead and I switch out, and I'm going to bring in my Meganium. Now, my Meganium is special. It's max attack, max speed, with a little bit investment in HP. He goes ahead and hit me with a Drain Punch, but doesn't do anything. I knew he was going to end up switching, so that gives me a good free turn to do Swords Dance, which is fine. At the same time, he switches out to his Volcarona, and Volcarona, you know, with Stealth Rocks up, it takes away half, which is just amazing. That's what I said, Stealth Rocks really helped out in this one. But after the Swords Dance, I go for Earthquake, and Earthquake ends up taking out his Volcarona, which is fine with me. You know, I want to get that pesky Pokemon out the way. But he goes ahead and he goes into Dragonite. I'm like, oh crap, Dragonite. There's no way Meganium could take anything. It could do any damage against it, really. So I switch out, and I go into my Arcanine. My Arcanine is just amazing. Possibly one of my, if not my strongest Pokemon that I have. I love my Arcanine so much. He goes for Outrage to my Arcanine, and you can see it doesn't even do half. I just go for Extreme Speed because I figure it'd be the best effective move against Dragonite. It does a lot of damage. Dragonite goes for another Outrage. Still can't take out my Arcanine. So I just go ahead and I go for Extreme Speed, hoping to knock it out because I want to get Dragonite out of it. But unfortunately, he survives with just a slither of health. So maybe Confusion will knock it out, but at the same time it doesn't, unfortunately, and Arcanine gets knocked out with the Outrage. So I'm like, crap. But anyway, I was going to my Bessie, and I know Miltank can take it, but I just go ahead and go for Milk Drink because I want to get my HP back up. I gain almost my HP, plus with Dragonite being confused, even with Outrage, as you can see, I'll take Outrage like a champ, and it barely does anything to Miltank. Miltank's just awesome that way. Anyway, I have Poison still on, so I have to get rid of that little pesky thing, but I figure he may switch out, which I don't know why, but because with Stealth Rocks, but he switches out to a Seismitoad, and I just go for Heal Bell. Heal Bell goes ahead and it rids myself of any status problems, so I'm cured of poisoning and all the other good stuff, so that's a good thing. Get a little bit back from leftovers, and I go ahead and I switch out and I go into Meganium, figuring I'm going to have to worry about the Drain Punch. So, but he goes for Hyper Voice, which kind of caught me off guard, and Hyper Voice gets a critical hit. I just go ahead and use Swords Dance. I was originally going to use it for Death Fodder, but in the likeliest chance that Meganium survives this hit, it would be an Overgrow range, which this Meganium, like I said, is special because it has the Select Berry. And that means what the Select Berry is pretty much once my HP is low enough, Select Berry activates and my speed is increased. So now I'm in Overgrown range with the Sword Dance under my belt with Select Berry. And I just go ahead and go for Seed Bomb, which will obviously devastate Seismitoad and knock him out. Now, this is pretty much it from this point on. Every Pokemon he'll switch in, I'll just outspeed him with Meganium, and I'll use Seed Bomb and knock out Hydreigon. Then I'll knock out his Electivire with Earthquake, and then Dragonite will get knocked out with Stealth Rock. So from this point on, this is the game. It was a good playing GforGames. It had an amazing time battling, especially for coming back after so long. Still a little rusty, trying to work on some different Pokemon teams and seeing which one's which, and which, you know, use some of my favorite Pokemon. I use random Pokemon that are my favorites, but anyway, I had a good battle, and I don't know. I don't know which Pokemon I should name the MVP on this. I have no idea which Pokemon would be the MVP. Would it be Meganium? Or would it be, Miltank? I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, Sasuke419 here. Thank you for watching my battles.